Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Collegiate Star League. We're proud to bring you our second set of the night. This is the last best of three between the two West Coast legends, San Jose State University and University of Southern California. This will be kind of the rematch from about 4 months ago. Guys, check out the C Star League YouTube channel. There's definitely a best of one on Cobblestone that can't be forgotten. And, well, bringing this with me is another legend of the West Coast from Team UCLA. It's Will What's Wrong. So, Will, obviously you know these teams a little bit more personally. Maybe you can bring a little insight from, obviously, your 10-mans and countless scrims against these teams.
Oh, yeah, this matchup, I'm pretty excited because obviously I was happy to cast for OSU and Poly, but these guys I know on a player-based level. I know them on a personal level. I've seen a lot of these guys in real life. We scrimmed against them and we played against them, and both these teams are pretty cocky in terms of like their abilities. Like USC has some of the most cocky, biggest shit-talking players, but SJSU, they're kind of the same, and rightfully so. Obviously, these teams have made it to the top four. They've shown that they are, one of the best in the nation. But it's kind of like a battle of the egos. Both teams really believe that they're better than the other team. And I know that they're going to come in believing that. So I'm really excited to see these guys. I know the guys on USC, they like to get salty a bit, and when things don't go their way. But then SJSU, they can also kind of get salty too. I'm talking about particular players. I'm not going to call them out, but overall both these teams are pretty respectful.
Yeah, definitely. And this is Fast B coming out to play Maki, finding the first pick with the block and instantly traded. Nice shot by Seed Up from Heaven, and bringing it to a 4v4. And looks like they're committing this retake. Armon staying alive in the pit, and he's looking for more. He's completely pushed up towards the catwalk, and Seed Up from Heaven with the triple kill. You can't stop this man. He's just tapping away. And Dice, last man alive from Connector, full HP, a Tech 9 to work with, but no armor to see. So he's gonna get instantly gooshed. And well, nice retake here coming out of SJSU, and yeah, definitely Seed Up single-handedly just patrolling and acting like a turret from the heaven and just stopping them just in their tracks. No chance for retaliation from USC.
Yeah, C-Dub, again, he is the newest addition to this SJSU squad, but I mean, he's been shown even at LAN to be like that, the first, second, third carry along with Mission Armon. So it's kind of like the triple prong for SJSU, but that doesn't mean Antoine and Magnus can't step up either. These guys are huge fraggers as well. USC Trojans, again, Dice and Hex, you're going to be looking at those guys, with Maki, Jordan and King Derpy chiming in when they need to as well. So and these are two teams with like 10 fraggers, 10 guys that can really frag out.
Exactly, and something to keep in mind, these are teams that have been together for a really long time. It's interesting to see that the rosters that made it to the top 8 tended to be ones that didn't make a lot of changes. And if they did, it was within the first couple months. Most of these teams playing with a solid 4-man core. Antoine finding that first entry. Only anti-eco round, no armor actually invested out of USC. So it looks like they are just committing the second round or third round bye. They do get that nice little flash Armon. Only losing 20 HP in that battle, so Hex whiffing just a little bit, gets punished for it. Him and Dice both go down, and this is a smart play. We've been seeing this a lot so far in the Ro4. Just in the past game with Poly, a lot of teams, if they get that first plant, they're not going to take the gamble, and that's a smart play to do. I'm glad to not see them go for the force buy. They should be able to get AKs. Well, they will be able to get AKs in the next round. Sand some utility, but at the very least, be able to contest with these rifles, and I'm fairly certain we're going to see these SMGs be retained. I don't see upgrade coming out of SJSU.
Yeah, they usually don't upgrade these SMGs either. And again, so many times we've just seen the counter-terrorists win this round despite having SMGs, just because of how you play. You just adapt. USC, obviously, they're very limited on utilities. So as long as SJSU play their close corners and they play for trade frags and stuff like that, it's going to be okay for them. So let's see. This is really crucial for both these teams here. USC obviously want the round, and if USC lose this round, then that means SJSU, they're going to be up with AKs. Antoine losing that battle though in connectors, and that's going to be one of the M4s down. USC up 5v4 very early.
Yeah, nice early aggression. Definitely got a lot of control as well. Already pushed up in the bathrooms. Hex got a nice angle if anyone tries to rotate out a connector. And Maki, had he held that position, would have these CTs completely pinned in. But at the very least, we see SJSU. They have a lot of water control right now, and that's going to give them a lot of information. Be able to back out to the site before a B-take comes in and be able to get a rotate. But it's 2 men up, and they just got to commit to this gamble. Both going to just sit in pit, try and catch him off guard. Maybe they're going to allow the Heaven player to bait if C-Dub rotates in time, but he's just holding his ground towards A, and yeah, they don't have a lot of information, so they just kind of have to gamble this, and Maki might be actually selling this fake, keeping C-Dub in his place as the B execute comes in.
Yeah, just 30 seconds left, and here comes the B execute. Armand with the first pick. He buys time with the molly. He's going to try to swing out wide, gets the kill onto Dice, burns Jordan, gets a triple, so C-Dub, this is doable for him. I think he realized Maki was coming for him, but actually this is doable for C-Dub. He has developed to be one of SJSU's strongest players.
And, well, Maki on the late rotate as well. He is anticipating this connector player, and it's actually going to be peek from Hex being bet one, takes that 1v1 engagement, and nice play by Maki, actually, keeping C-Dub towards the A site, not allowing him to rotate too early, just in case it was going to be an A push, and, well, just that 10-15 seconds bought by Maki won the round for them, assured that the 2v1 was going to be a victory for them, and, well, USC winning the first rifle round, so pretty huge, and if they win this, they're going to force, well, pretty much both teams forced on the brink of their economic advantage, a little bit more money advantage in favor of USC, but at the same time, only a force buy essentially going to come out if they lose this, and lots of pressure towards the B site, and look how much control they have of connector right now. SJSU have so much information gathered, and no T-splits are going to come into play, so if this is a B execute as it appears to be, they will be set up perfectly for a flank.
Yeah, and unlike OSU versus Poly, which has been obviously a CT-sided affair, I'm definitely expecting a lot more T rounds. These two teams are very aggressive and very solid on their T sides. Armand, he's going to spot the first guy. They're just going to give up the plant here. Armand getting the first pick and just falling back. They're just going to give up the plant. Play for retake. Antoine with a nice kill too. And USC, they really have to hold on to this. It's 4v3.
So much damage. Magnus actually getting the right peak, but finally able to get the kill. He was flashed for quite some time, and nice retake out of SJSU. So Armand holding his own there in the pit, and he seems to be the unkillable man right now, only getting 1 kill this round, but enough of a distraction to allow Magnus to rotate from connector. And it kind of, as I stated, because there was no information for the terrorists, they had no map control at all, the 2 CTs from connector, Antoine and Magnus, were able to rotate and net themselves 3 kills combined. So very good round right now at SJSU. Really good presence of mind, and seems to be USC that's lacking the kind of map control mindset and don't really want to commit to that pick mentality, but they will be spreading out this time, trying to force the CTs back, and this actually is working out really well. Antoine only lighting 1 player, but it's Jordan that's going to try and re-engage. Flash coming out, but Jordan, not in time, gets perfectly flashed, and that'll allow the CTs to fall back. So they are forcing the CTs back onto sites and gaining a little map control for themselves, but at more or less an even trade, Antoine and Hex both in the red right now.
Yeah, again, money is really dire, so USC obviously forcing up. Neither team really wants to give up control of the early round economy. And USC Trojans doing significant damage to Antoine. And let's see, with 50 seconds left, let's see what they're going to hit. They don't have a lot of utilities. They just have that 1 smoke and 2 flashes to really barrel onto a site. So you're just going to see just raw aim battles coming in.
Yeah, they have to get the bomb too, and 40 seconds left on the clock. Forcing this commitment towards B is yeah, it's going to be Jordan this time on the lurk, trying to force the A players to stay on site. Magnus playing the sign. He's going to go for the wide peek, and nice crouch spray out of him. Good evasion, and Mish. And so much work. C-Dub now rotated, and they have all those CTs towards B. Getting completely stopped in his tracks. Not enough utilities to win this. Dice looking for more, only gets the 1 kill in the end. And yeah, like you stated, there wasn't a lot of utilities, and they just had to win those aim battles outright. Jordan going down the other side of the map was not a help at all either.
Yeah, finally SJSU really holding down the economy. It looks like they won the first five. The first 5 rounds went back and forth, and finally they are able to hold it down. So USC on a save here. And just a fun fact, you see the avatar picture from Armand right there? That's actually him in that picture, with like 18 cigarettes in his mouth. We saw him in real life, and we were like, "Hey, that was actually you." He's like, "Yeah, that was actually me, man." And he has he's recovering from a carpal tunnel injury, so I think he still has like a wristband on, or like a whatever for his wrist. Hopefully he's feeling better now.
Yeah, let's hope so. Definitely looking like it. 7-3 to start out, locking down that B site, and again, CT's gathering so much information. Armand able to peek monster spot that no one's working towards B, and this should kind of single out the USC players. Their position is more or less known at this point, and CT's just retreating to site, playing intelligently. No need to take those close range engagements against pistols. Just play to your own advantage and clean up this anti-eco. So going 5-1 up, SJSU definitely showing some overpass dominance right now, and kind of making me wonder if we're gonna get a cobblestone rematch. I'm not entirely sure what the map 2 and 3 are, so we'll have to see.
I mean, my guess is, okay, 20 seconds left at USC. They're just going to pile onto the site. I don't think they're going to get much out of it. C-Dub, he's going to just clean this up with Antoine. But anyways, when it comes to the maps, I will guarantee you that SJSU, if they lose, will pick Cash. So that is 100% in the bag. USC know it's coming. Everyone knows it's coming. Everyone in the West Coast knows that SJSU loves Cash, and that is considered quote-unquote their playground. When it comes to USC's map choice, I think we're gonna be expecting a cobblestone or a mirage pick. I don't think they're gonna pick Inferno or Dust 2. They're definitely not gonna pick Cash. So I think we're gonna be looking at like a mirage cobblestone and Cash for sure if SJSU loses.
Yeah, definitely looking strong. 5-1 up. Going for the wall bang. King Derpy actually really completely lined up with Armand. Both going for some trade sprays through the board. And, well, it's a little information gathered again. Mish, what are you doing? Just completely wrecking and playing water so aggressively. C-Dub finding another trade. Antoine unable to win that battle, and it's actually USC getting the man advantage. So nice shots by Jordan and Maki in the connector area, doing tons of damage before falling back, netting themselves 2-for-1 trade, and leaving them in a pretty nice advantage, although low HP, detracted from the USC side. So this is definitely not a undoable retake. Magnus holding from Optimus. He has a smoke. He's trying to figure out the timing, or the flash rather, and he's going to throw it out now. Doesn't flash anyone. Molotov going onto site. Actually gets completely distinguished by the smoke. Nice spray down by Magnus. They're going to most likely just plant behind the smoke, but he's actually already wrapping around. He has no angle. He's going to go for a Stewie 2K. Throws a smoke out, rushes through. Can't find the spray. It's going to net it to King Derpy, and well, Armand, not in the most impossible situation. 6 HP on Kang Derpy. And he's just rushing from stairs. He's in full clutch mode, trying to see if he can find something. And Molotov going out towards long, but it's actually Derpy that's going to have fallback. He has no HP. He can't force rush through that. Armand looking for the first engagement. Maki's going to win in the end. And talk about MVPs. Maki, Dice, hell, at this point, everyone are great aimers and great individual players, but I think we're definitely going to be looking towards that Maki-Dice combo as far as USC is concerned.
Yeah, it's usually the Hex Dice, and then Maki is like the supporting third. He usually comes out, third frag. Yeah. I mean, USC getting that really crucial round, and Hex loves doing this. He just loves buying that scout instead of buying the AK, and he's gonna get punished in that round. He loves buying that scout like all the time, and he'll just aim for heads.
Antoine taking a page out of Guardian's notebook right there. That's a new peak we've recently seen in the meta. Right over the bars. Prior to that, you kind of had to commit your body to it, and now it's a forced headshot angle, and it's a really sick play. You have to hit that spawn as well, so if you don't have that close spawn to mid, there's no way you're going to land that shot. Albeit if the T's are a little bit late, you do have a little bit better of a chance. So really neat to see these players definitely taking notes from pros, and Antoine going for another engagement gets punished for it, so definitely should have taken a little bit more notes, but nonetheless he was kind of stuck between rock and a hard place there, not much he could do. Magnus and C-Dub, they both got the crossfire here on A site, so this execute coming out is definitely already premeditated, and all the crossfire set up, counter flash going in. USC trying to find something, but Magnus finding a double kill, just no ability to trade that. Molotov perfectly dropping him, or stopping them from pushing, and Magnus going for another nade. Jordan just trying to find something. Magnus dropped down to 33 HP. That Molotov will force him out. Nice team play. USC evening it out 2-on-2. Dice trying to spot, jumping over the box. They're pretty aware that a flank's coming in, and there goes Mish. Finds the first one, looking for a second spray. It's going to force Dice to fall back. Finds the pick onto Armon, and it's a 1v1. Mish going for the fake defuse. He sees him through the smoke, and he gets the no-scope. Well played by Dice. A little whiff smoke there by Mish, and that's going to leave just that slight opening, quite literally, for Dice to win the round.
Yeah, I think the ups and downs for both teams. SJSU is a team that is less focused on teamwork and more based on just winning outright aim duels and playing very aggressive. So you see guys like Mish, you'll see guys like Antoine playing very, very aggressively on all the time. Despite getting a pick, they won't really fall back. They'll just try to find another engagement elsewhere. Whereas like USC Trojans, this squad has been together for so long. They know how to play off of each other. So I think USC, they're going to be a little bit more team oriented, while SJSU, they're just going to be looking up to straight up take these fights whenever they can.
Yeah, Antoine, I really like that one-way smoke he threw out. Fortunately, you can't really get much damage, and C-Dub actually getting quite low in the water area, so he will fall back, but quite a bit of map control actually for the CTs. They've completely taken connector and water, and this is going to allow Antoine to start flanking. Might be a little too slow, but Magnus, he's going to actually be able to slow it down. One of only 2 rifles on the team right now, and was forced by starting a really strong for SJSU. Smoke execute coming into play. Maki going to smoke top of stairs, and actually it's going to smoke the bank area rather, and this will force Magnus to only play this one angle. He has to hide behind the smoke, going for spams, trying to find something. HE coming through, that's going to do a lot of damage to Maki. Only 10 damage, okay. CSGO nades and Dice able to find a kill, even it out for the team, and pistols at this closer range can be very destructive, especially with the flank coming in, so USC, they're going to have to execute really fast. Antoine getting read like a book. Kang Derpy, nice hold on the flank, and Dice single-handedly just destroying them with the op.
Yeah, and look how they're watching each other's flanks and everything. It's very, again, it's that teamwork that I've been talking about. I mean, USC, they just, without even having a set strat coming in, I mean, they're just able to throw a couple of smokes, and then they're able to watch for each other. And also, as I said before, I thought it was going to be a lot more T-sided when it comes to these two teams. Already, USC getting 4 rounds, and that's as much as what OSU and Poly got on their T-sides.
Yeah, and for those of you just joining us, this is the semifinals. The winner of this will go on to the CSL finals at DreamHack coming up in just a month, and there's a lot on the line. Both these teams have gone 13-1 to make it this far, and not a lot of maps lost under their belt, so both these teams not new to clutching, and Magnus with the pistol finding 2 kills in connector. So
and
finally,
oh too.
God.
Jesus. That aggression, again, this is very characteristic of SJSU. They will play so aggressively. I mean, they'll take turns playing very aggressively. This time it's C-Dubs, and he's pushed up all the way. And it looks like USC, they're in a tough spot to win this eco round. I mean, that should have been a free round for them, but it seems like that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, that CT advantage getting countered pretty heavily by pistols, and sometimes that's the man to be most feared, one who has nothing to lose. Jordan able to trade out, only 1 for 1. He's looking for more, finds a second spray down. 30 seconds left on the clock. He's a little bit concerned about his flank. Magnus close stairs, waiting for his teammate to rotate, so if Jordan jumps on top of this box, he's going to get double spray down, and yeah, he gets double peeked. C-Dub finding that nice headshot angle, able to clean it up in the end, and there's a little save by. I don't think they had armor either that round, so just pistols, and completely dominating, so SJSU playing really intelligently that pistol, taking advantage of those close range engagements. So yeah, obviously USC, they still have money. They're questioning whether they want to go for a quasi-buy, and just for some light armor, going to even out that economy across the board, average about 3k per person right now. So this will assure a full buy in the next round, maybe get an op on Hex, and give them a little more options to work picks on this T side. So, Will, I have a question. Regarding these two teams, you said they're a little bit more T-sided. We might not see that 11-4 overpass that we saw with Poly versus OSU. Do you expect, 7-8 rounds T-side? Would that be pretty standard?
On Overpass, I'm not sure, because Overpass, I would have said it would favor USC. I think this map in general, I think we've seen USC be more successful. I think I'm still expecting like a 6-9, but it's definitely plausible to see like a 7-8 kind of half. Both these teams are good on the T side, but it's just like they're so aggressive on their T side that I'm expecting whatever map they play, it'll be a little bit more T-sided than it's supposed to be.
Very well, very well. And that's kind of in regard to these teams' playstyles. They both love just to bombard a site and rely on those aim duels to take them to victory. So, like you said, USC a little bit more thorough with their plays, tend to at least have one player watching their flank. Even if it's not a consistent player, they're very good at adapting to their roles, playing their spawns effectively, and something you really got to do at high-level Counter-Strike. And Dice with the entry with the Deagle. Still alive here behind the pillar, looking for more. Trying to one-tap Armon, but he's been playing this angle so effectively, but now he's in a really tight spot, stuck between two players, finds the flick, gets the spray down. Dice still alive behind the pillar, finally gets peeked by C-Dub, and Armon just so effective from that spot, pretty much denying any chance on that B site. Every time USC try to make a push through Monster, they get denied, and he's very good at falling back and knowing how to play those angles, wait for his teammates to rotate in, and not frag hungry like you see a lot of people in Pugs. And while he can be very frag hungry, when he's playing a serious game like this, he knows how to play effectively and play around his team. So well played by him. That's where gotta admire players even when they're not getting all the frags. Obviously he was high in the scoreboard early game. He's still very effective at playing with his team.
Yeah, and you could bet that, a team like Poly, who just qualified for DreamHack, they're going to be watching this game. They're going to be making sure, they have full research on the opponents that they might be playing against.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm just certain Poly's here watching the stream right now, trying to take notes, and Maki actually getting that first early pick. So Dice, interestingly enough with the op, him and Hex do swap, but it is generally Hex main opper, at the very least on the CT side. We do see Dice pull out the op quite a bit more on the T side, and definitely an effective strategy having players that are a little more malleable and can adapt to different roles. We're going to see this slow push out A, so this is a complete different playstyle SJSU. They did get information early around and immediately fell back. They're just playing sites. We saw this actually out of Poly as well. Instead of trying to push and even it out early game, during the early round, they just play their sites, bide the time, and hope they can run the clock out for USC. So this is very doable. 28 seconds on the clock. Flash is going in. Only 2 smokes to work with, actually, and luckily they will be able to create a low wall. C-Dub is going to have to take a close engagement. Kang Derpy unable to win that first aim battle, so Hex, he's looking for more here at Optimus, but it's Magnus. They did run down the clock, but the bomb is planted, so this will force the issue a little bit more for San Jose State. Flash coming into long. And no one on the flank, so they have 2 players towards bathroom to play this clock and play the bomb. And they actually do have a smoke on Armon, so this could actually be really huge for them. Trying to get in a position to get this defused, and it is being stuck. They will win the round. Mish, nice defuse by him, and that 1 smoke saved on Armon, single-handedly winning the round. And even though USC were set up for it, they couldn't cancel that defuse.
Yeah, actually, I don't think they heard the tap, just because Mish timed it. Mish timed it very well. Yeah, it looks exactly. It looks like they didn't hear it, just because Mish timed that defuse very well. And nice retake coming in. Now USC, like you said, Hex usually is the opper, but Dice, maybe he's feeling it. So Hex, going with that scout. He loves doing this, and I don't know if it's the most effective thing to do, because you're only gonna just tag him unless he goes for the headshot. But Dice getting taken down, and Mish taking the kill too. So USC, they're actually not looking too good on their T side of overpass.
Yeah, this could very well be a repeat of our first series today. 11-4 scoreline, and obviously Poly able to get that 13-2 in the second half, or I guess it was 12-3 rather. And I'm getting a little bit of server lag on my end, so hopefully I can get that figured out. I don't know if you're still with me, Will.
Yeah, I am. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cast this. You know, Hex is in a 1v5. It looks like they are getting some server lag too. So it looks like C-Dub is going to call for a pause, and Hex, he's just going to be holding for pushes because SJSU is so very well known for these pushes. And SJSU, when we did play them at LAN, they didn't play with this exact roster. They had Armand sit out and have someone else sit in. That was a very close game. And the fun thing about SJSU, I mean, a lot of them they're actually like big guys. The whole team is actually very big. With Mish, he's just like a normal sized guy, but everyone else on that team is like huge. I mean, they can be intimidating, and they're super loud at LAN too. And USC was there, although they didn't play. Hex was there, King Derpy was there, Jordan was there. That was all very fun to see these guys come together.
Yeah, it's a whole different environment on LAN, isn't it?
It is. It's very fun. There's a lot of smack talk going on. Obviously, when we were smack talking at LAN, it was in good jest, but it's still very fun. You know,
yeah.
SJSU guys were so loud. I was pretty loud too. I was talking a lot of smack. It was just pretty fun. But you know, even outside of the game, I think obviously you're a lot nicer when you're outside of the game. But you know, both these teams, they really want to win. They both really believe they're the better team. So whoever wins, I think you're gonna see a lot of smack talk.
Good. That's the type of like, you know, kind of friendly trash talk. It's well, I'm guessing some of it probably goes a little overboard, but for the most part, when you're on LAN, like the type of trash talk is always in jest. Like it's just people messing around, and you know, it's just a good fun competition, right? Like just keeping your spirits up and all the yelling between teams. It's just kind of to like, you know, keep that momentum and stay hyped, and it's cool to see that. That's my favorite part about LANs here in like the Sacramento area. We definitely have some cool turnouts for mixed games, and just a lot of people are just getting super into it, and that's what you want to see, right? Like it's just a whole different vibe than online games where people, you know, maybe don't care as much and just kind of do their own thing, right? Play for their individual fragging ability. So yeah, it's a whole different environment playing team-based CS, but regardless, we're live into the round. Antoine, he's going to actually hear this rush, falling straight back to bathrooms. No need to engage in this, and he's actually going to play a very tight angle. It's kind of, if you don't hit this shot, you get rushed down type position, and it's definitely risky, but if you can hit that shot, it's definitely worth it. Falling back, though, doesn't want to get surrounded by the terrorists just yet, so trying to maybe punish some early aggression by an individual player. But regardless, it's going to be SJSU just kind of calming down and playing sights. That's what they're good at.
Look how aggressive Antoine's playing. He was all the way completely exposed in bathroom, and with that pick, he's not even going to fall back. Again, this is so characteristic of SJSU. They will play so aggressive. Despite having this first pick, Antoine's just going to repeat. He gets the information. He gets it for his team. He's going to call it out. But again, look how just look how aggressive SJSU is playing, despite getting the first pick.
What a flash dodge by Antoine right there. Just saw just like the pixel of it popping above his screen, and good awareness by him.
But it's gonna be a B hit.
Yeah, it's Armand, Jesus. This guy's a freaking legend along this B site. Nice bait and switch. Mish playing close to Monster, and well, that was the bait for him. Armand able to net a 2K, Mish getting the 1, and yeah, even that one pick at mid was no matter for SJSU. They had the perfect hold on B site, already pushed up, like you said, just getting those aggressive angles. And even though they're playing passive sites in that case, they're still playing so aggressive, and their coordination is just on point right now.
Hex, a little bit of joke on himself. He missed a couple easy shots, so he's just like, hey, what a shot by me, man. Thanks, you know, he's just talking to himself. Right there, full-on B rush coming in from USC. It looks like frustration has gotten to them. Jordan with a nice entry. Nice trades coming out, back and forth. And Dice, can he get the kill onto the guy in water? Yes, so it is a 2v2 situation with the bomb down. And Maki, he's going to be in a fantastic position. I don't think they're going to be expecting him.
Oh, I don't know how Dice lived the Molotov, but he ends up getting sprayed in the end. Maki looking for that spray, getting Magnus down to 17 HP, but they win the round in the end. And 11-4, a little bit of history repeating itself, and SJSU with that dominant CT side, and Well, if USC can replay a little bit of the Poly playbook right now, this game is far from over.
Yeah, it's far from over by their own playbook because, I mean, they came back 15-8 on Cobblestone. So, I mean, definitely not going to count them out. I did expect it to be a little bit more T-sided, but obviously, you know, SJSU is showing that they can play their CT sides really well too. But, I mean, USC, they're a team that can play their CT sides to a T as well. So, not going to count anyone out yet. This is not too uncommon to see 11-4 on Overpass. Overpass is probably the most CT-sided map in the map pool, so not too uncommon. USC, they really do have to win this pistol, though.
A little bit of over-aggression out of Jordan. He spotted the right side of Monster, it was clear, but just sick timing there out of C-Dub. Totally just outplaying Jordan in that 1v1. And it looks like they are going to group towards water with this nice little boost. Magnus almost able to spot Maki. Well, does he know he's in the perfect position to counter this boost? I don't know if that's calculated out of Maki, but regardless, sick positioning. And, well, he looks like he just wants to play a little bit of a passive angle in the CT pit, trying to stop any push out of Monster. So all the terrorists grouped in the water area. It looks like they want a clear connector before they commit to this. Make sure they're not getting grouped up. And it is a 2v2 stack on each site. Ooh, the Lurker almost getting punished there on SJSU, and they're ready. Here comes the push. Nice shot by King Derpy. He's looking for more. He finds a second headshot. He only has 3 bullets left. Can he find Antoine? Unable to in the last second, but it's Hex able to find that engagement. 2v2 now. SJSU, they're going to fall back, and there's actually a Lurker here coming from heaven. So Mish,
nice
can he find this? It's Armand last in the 1v1, looking for the Glock headshot and spamming it, and he wins it. SJSU getting the second pistol of the game. Such an important one for them as well. Like you were stating, a CT side on Overpass can be so strong, and, well, at the very least, getting that pistol and now forcing the hand of USC. But, hey, Poly played. They won the round after this, the pistol round, non-force buy, and they brought it back from 13-4. So the game is not over. Again, it's just starting to look like a little bit of deja vu here.
Yeah, so SJSU winning that pistol round, but USC, they didn't really invest into this. So you could see just the force onto Hex, relying on Hex and King Derpy to really get these picks. But I mean, you could kind of expect USC to lose these. But you never know. I mean, Poly was on this kind of a scrappy buy as well, and they won their NT-Go. But it's not looking good for USC. SJSU just looking super solid here. And I would have said coming into this would have been USC's advantage coming into the map, but obviously SJSU, they have it practiced as well.
Yeah, falling back to site though, they're definitely not overcommitting. Didn't even force buy. It was only Hex with the Deagle armor this round, so not sure if that's a lack of coordination, but regardless, they are set up for a nice little crossfire, but they're getting completely singled out. C-Dub getting that opposite angle out Monster, so they're completely preoccupied with the push out from the sandbags, and he's able to come in with the opposite angle, so well played by the T's, and actually nice little shot by Hex. Playing actually rather close to heaven, pretty dangerous position, and looking just to do as much damage as possible at this point. Obviously no retake is going to come into play, and again, a 13-4 scoreline. It's definitely starting to get to that point. USC with one more chance to stop that 14th. Nice shot by King Derpy. Good movement by him, and yeah, they're going to get out of here with their armor at the very least. And Mish, might be able to find this kill. He's not expecting Hex, and he's just going to play passive. He's happy with the armor he saved. So Mish almost getting that kill in the end, but regardless, we might see a little bit of a mixed buy out of the USC. They have money to full buy in the next round, even with couple pistols and some grenades, so we'll see. And we might actually just get, P250 Deagles. So definitely not bad. They got themselves 2 D kills that round, and gonna be looking for a little bit more fast aggression towards A. All 5 CTs. 2 are gonna go connector, 1 gonna take that engagement Hex, but no one there to actually trade, so that's gonna force the CT's hand. They have to fall back towards the bathrooms, and yeah, time to take a 1v1. King Derpy can't win that, even with the Deagle. So it'll be pretty nice cleanup around. The 2 connector players last alive, or 2 of the 3. They actually find that kill. So Dice and Jordan doing quite a bit of damage in that. And not a bad round so far, getting themselves 1 kill. Still a 3v4, but Maki going down in the end. It'll be Jordan, last man from connector, grouped up with his homie Dice, not far behind. He's going to try and force himself through B. Actually, might even just be falling back to the underground club. You know, listen to some sweet tunes and just try and hold on to that AK.
Yeah, they're gonna try to save this AK, and SJSU might hunt this down. But honestly, it's a very, very long road ahead for USC. Again, not gonna count them out yet, but it is. If there ever was a one round at a time mentality, they have to really channel their inner Cobblestone. But I don't know if SJSU is going to let that happen. Obviously, SJSU, they are looking for that revenge. You know, not happy about their 15-8, you know, comeback loss into quadra overtime. But, you know, it is doable. We've seen USC do it before. So, again, not going to count them out. But it is such a long road ahead.
Yeah, this is it's a tough task for any. But, you know, maybe if they could phone a friend, they'd call Polly right now. Polly de Montreal, not Polly de Quebec. Excuse me. Hopefully my fellow Canadians can forgive me. Regardless, Polly, they did pretty good work coming back from that 14 or 13-4 score line. Only losing one round on the T side, and or only losing one round after their momentum break. They lost the first 2 rounds and able to clinch it. So Overpass is not a map that is too afraid of clutch comebacks. And here comes the rush from B. They're just getting completely slaughtered. USC, just perfect crossfire here, but just taking that engagement, 2v1, not even the counter flash, just complete 2v1. They all came out of the smoke at different times and kind of just fell into a blender. So nice hold by USC, and this is the start they kind of need. But Antoine, he's aggressing, looking for more. Maki, he's going to wide peek that straight into the SMG. He's looking for a second spray, but Jordan, he's actually going to trade that out. So Magnus left in a 1v3, stuck behind T-Pit. He was looking like he was in clutch mode there for a second. You can just tell their crosshairs just darting back and forth, looking for all those 1v1s, trying to spray transfer. But, you know, SJSU still have a lot of momentum. Can't really be afraid. They need to just take their openings when they get them because, well, there's definitely going to be openings available. USC is going to have to play, like you'd stated, just perfect Counter-Strike.
Yeah, so USC wins that crucial gun round, you know, keeping themselves in the game, but SJSU, they still have a full buy coming in. Hex, trying to get that pick, just gets flashed. One flash is going to gain SJSU a ton of map control. And SJSU, they're just playing their defaults. They're not looking to take these straight-up aim duels. I don't think they're taking any round for granted. You know, they're going to make sure to play lights out Counter-Strike despite being, you know, 9 rounds ahead. I don't think they're going to give any room for error themselves.
Okay, Hex. What an aggro maniac. This is like an angle. If he misses the shot, he's literally dead, and there it is. Yeah. Can't hit the flick. Armon trading him out, and this is actually really big for SJSU. This is going to force a rotate of the CTs and even an opening to rotate B. Knowing that CTs are going to be playing pretty far back, you can smoke them off. And they actually are just going to opt for this A aggression, so no opt really to worry about. Definitely can give them some options at the very least, but only one silenced weapon on Maki. And King Derpy goes down the last man on site, so it's a 5-on-3. And yeah, Maki, generally the silence player, needs to work some sort of ninja play from the flank and try and get a double-triple kill, but he's not even opting for it. He's completely committed to the save, and the rest of USC are going to follow suit. So really, I would have just liked them to go for it, even though, yeah, their money isn't great. They still had 3 and 2K on 2 of the players, so they would have been able to buy some FAMASs. And at that point, yeah, 3v5, it's unlikely, but I guess it's just my way of playing. I think they did the smart thing. Obviously, Maki was pretty far away for them to actually win that round, so they probably did the intelligent play. But I'm definitely like an emotional player, so I'd be like, don't give a match point. Let's go for it. You know, this is our chance. So
I mean, it's definitely was the right play, but it is a hard decision. If you're like the IGL of that situation, do you go play 10 match points, or do you try to go for it and gamble going only with pistols the next round? Yeah. Right. So it's
trying
like
to win at regular time. Yeah.
I mean,
no, you're right. They did the best play.
Yeah. Armon getting that opening pick out of mid. So at this point, SJSU, they're gonna just play fast. Maybe a little bit of disrespect coming in from them as well. There's only one person for USC on that A site. Finally, the rotates are going to come in. So probably 2 on each site. And, you know, I said I wasn't going to call it, but I think at this point, I'm going to call it. SJSU, they are looking way better. They are looking like they prepared for this revenge matchup. And USC, I don't think they were ready for SJSU's preparation.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate part too, because USC, they actually had some rounds that were pretty close, man advantages, and it was just SJSU able to clinch him out in the end. And comes that A execute, nice flash onto King Derpy. He's actually on top of Optimus this time, trying to play the top of that smoke, get a nice little angle. He has a slight gap. As it fades, he should be able to find Mish, but he actually wraps right around the box. He'll finally get the spray, but he can't transfer in time. It's going to be Armon with a nice quick scope up close. He's looking for more, can't find the no scope, and it's actually Maki finding a kill. Dice goes down from the bank area, and Maki from sight can't do much more. So it's a 1v2. Jordan from the lower rotate, top of stairs. The old boost, and he's going to have to find so critical kill here on Antoine. Can't find it. SJSU with a convincing first map win, 16-5, 1-0 up. SJSU are one map away from getting that invite, getting their spot in the finals at DreamHack. So very, very close, not very close, but very close. SJSU is to making it to that finals. One more map. Obviously, this is USC. This is kind of that grudge match. I want to see a cobblestone, honestly. I hope USC just take it back, and that would that'd be exciting. Even if it's just a blowout one way or the other, it would still be just exciting to see the two teams play, see how they've adapted from that previous game. I'm sure they've both watched those overtimes to see what went wrong, and it'll definitely be an interesting game. So USC, a very unconvincing game, as we expected. This could have been a very close game yet again, and we didn't get that. So that'll be it for Map 1, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. Hit those follow buttons. Follow us on C-Star League 2 as well for more matches over there. This is our last night, guys, our last best of 3 for the round of games. This is round of 4. Winner of this will be playing in the finals against Poly de Montreal, and we will be back shortly. So stay tuned, listen to some music, go get some water, and we'll see you shortly.
watching you. Let you burning with fire. Why don't you just retire? I'll have you burning with fire.